Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. Keep subscribing, keep watching, and remember to turn on your notification bell. Back to the Kenyan politics, and in my analysis, I will be mixing Swahili and English. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember the Communication Authority of Kenya a few months ago in the past government had given Kenyans an order to re-update their SIM cards as a move to curb counterfeit as per the argument. Now, Kenyans really resisted, walikata, because they were ordered, you go to your provider, network provider, you visit the offices and update your SIM card. And Kenyans were like, in this era where digital is working, why should I physically walk into Safaricom, for instance, Airtel or Telecom, to go queue for the whole day to update my line, yet these people can provide a code. I just press from my house, follow instructions, and update my SIM card. The CAK succumbed into the pressure and they halted the exercise and ordered the providers to provide a code or to provide a website portal where Kenyans can update their SIM cards. Ladies and gentlemen, it didn't end there. The regulator pushed for a request to install a spy onto the networks. And you remember, Okiya Mtata, who is now a senator, moved into court and he challenged the move by the Communication Authority of Kenya, saying that infringes the privacy of Kenyans. That was the past regime. Now, we have a new regime called the Kenya Kwanza government. The Kenya Kwanza government, in its campaign, severally told Kenyans, freedom is here. And I remember Ruto very well, akisema, kwanzia leo, nikiwa rais, mutaanza kupiga simu bila uoga, mutaanza kupiga simu bila kuogopa tracking, mutaanza kupiga simu with a lot of freedom. This is the freedom Kenyans have been waiting for. But I'm surprised. But the new government has again re-energized the push to install spy devices. What does this mean? When they will be installing a spy device, it means the government is able to monitor everything I do on my phone. They're able to monitor my messages, what I text, who I'm chatting with, at what time, and what I'm chatting. They're able to monitor my calls, who I spoke with, at what time, and what we spoke. The government will be able to know. The government will further be able to know how much I transact on a daily basis. Ni pesa ngapi, ni wapi, na ni kwenda wapi. Government will have capacity to do that. Now, I'm asking myself, you've seen the news that a deadline has been given. And I'm asking myself a question. The government, the new government that is in power, promised Kenyans that starting our ruling day, we will not bother Kenyans again from tracking what you do. And I want to categorically announce from this platform that the new government has literally announced the end of freedom. They have entirely buried freedom of expression. Because what freedom will I have if government will know who I'm talking with and what we are talking. What freedom will I have as a Kenyan if the government will know how much I'm transacting on my phone on a daily basis? What freedom will I have if the government will have access to my chats on a daily basis? What is the new government really afraid of? Now I'm just asking as a Kenyan. Ni nini hii serikali mpya inaogopa to an extent it wants to track down what Kenyans are doing in their private life? Ladies and gentlemen, you remember that Okia Omtata obtained orders to block the move, and it rescued the Kenyans. In its petition, the Communication Authority said, and I quote, that in the forging regard, it is not our submission that the DMS device does not and is not intended to infringe the rights to privacy of subscribers, nor are there any proven less restrictive means of combating illegal devices, ladies and gentlemen. That was Wambua Kilonzo, the lawyer for the CAK. Now, the lawyer said that the court was wrong, as the DMS has no capacity or capability of infringing subscribers' privacy. But according to information from Okia Omtata by then, Omtata said he has done his own investigation and has come to notice that the DMS system that the government is pushing to install will have capacity to monitor and have access to all communications made by each and every citizen of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of freedom we wanted in the new government. You can never talk ill of government. Yani, serikali mpya wants to nag everything. The new government wants to take over. They want to control everything. They have already controlled the judiciary. They have already controlled the parliament. They have already controlled the Senate. They also want to control and monitor. They want to know what Kakasungura says each and every day and who he is communicating to. What is this government really afraid of? What is the Kenya Kwanza government fearing? Then they want to take over everything. Now where is the freedom? I'm just asking. The freedom we were promised, iko wapi? When I'm chatting with my wife, serikali inataka kujua. When I'm calling my wife, serikali inataka kujua ninamwambia nini. Ha! When I'm calling my girlfriends, serikali inataka kujua. I'm calling fulani na nimemwambia kitu fulani. Honestly speaking, what kind of government is this? Tukichati na watu wangu, tukutane mahali fulani, serikali inataka kujua what I'm chatting. Hi! Are we really safe as Kenyans? Now, in this, the the Communication Authority was arguing that the move is meant to curb counterfeit phones that are operating in Kenya irregularly. Now I'm asking a question, or an ordinary Kenyan can ask. Does the CAK has the mandate to monitor counterfeit? Does it? We have a government agency that is responsible in doing this. So why does CAK wants to push itself to the responsibilities of another government agency? We have regulatory authorities. The work of the regulatory authority in Kenya is not to know what counterfeit goods are coming from where. The work of the Communication Authority of Kenya is different. Safaricom was enjoined in this case, and it said that it had raised questions on the privacy of the data that the device could collect, as well as security arrangements with the regulator, that is CA, but none was resolved. So Safaricom raised these issues, and it was asking the CA, yes, you want us to install these devices to spy Kenyans, but how about the security of their data? According to Safaricom, the government never responded and it never resolved it. I can confidently say ni uongozi wa kimabavu kutoka kwa serikali. Why do you force Kenyans? Why do you want to spy private lives ya Wakenya? Why? Of what value it is? But kulingana na serikali ni ile they want to know what Kenyans are talking about it. Insecurity. The government of the day is insecure. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the High Court by then, it found that the CA has no mandate in combating the use of counterfeit goods in Kenyan market. That is not the work of CA. The work of Communication Authority is not to combat any counterfeit goods. Hiyo sio kazi yake. So the court says the law has assigned, the Constitution of Kenya has never assigned the Communication Authority to combat counterfeit goods. The law has 100% given authority to anti-counterfeit agency. That is the one that is supposed to do this. So, if at all the decision by installing the spy was to happen, then the idea could have come from the anti-counterfeit agency and not CA. So when the idea is emerging from CA, it raises some suspicious questions. Why? And you are not the people responsible to do it. Why do you want to do it? You are not responsible. Why? Pilipili usoila inakuashia nini? That tells you there is a hidden intention behind it. The idea has not come from the anti-counterfeit agency. But the CA is saying that the move to have spy gadgets is to combat counterfeit funds. Yet, that is not their responsibility. That proves to Kenyans that the government has an agenda with your data. It has a big agenda. And it's called nagging Kenyans from the freedom of expression. The Constitution guarantees us Kenyans the freedom to express ourselves. The Constitution grants us the right to privacy. So, by the government pushing to spy Kenyans, that is entirely infringing the privacy of Kenyans. That is entirely nagging Kenyans. That is entirely stopping Kenyans from expressing themselves freely. We were promised that tukichukua serikali msikuwe na wasiwasi. Tukichukua serikali mtaongea freely without being recorded. Tukichukua serikali mtaongea freely. So yani mumeenda to an extra mile You want to monitor our chats? Ha, sorry. Anyway, that is the government for you. And I have no otherwise, ladies and gentlemen. I have no otherwise. That is the freedom you have been calling for. And you have it the right here with you. God bless you. Asanteni sana.